Welcome back to The Five. We've been monitoring some of the top stories on Fox Nation, and this one caught our attention. A Matt Lauer smackdown on the Today Show, but this time he wasn't doing the smacking. Radio talk show host Laura Ingraham was.
President Obama talks about shared sacrifice. Where is the shared sacrifice going to come from on the Republican side?
Is his shared sacrifice the fact that he canceled his Montana vacation last weekend?
No, he's opening up a lot of entitlement programs, and he's doing things.
Matt, when Washington starts sacrificing, instead of actually increasing the salaries of individuals within the executive offices of the presidency, when they start sacrificing, we can talk about the real meaning of sacrifice.
They're talking about raising taxes on the 1%, on corporations, even the corporate jets, which is only a few $100 million.
That was a scam and that was a lie. The fact that the media allowed him to get away with that for 5 seconds was absurd.
Unbelievable. I've always found him to get very testy with conservative women. He seems uptight when Ann Coulter's on. He gets his panties in a wad. A little bit arrogant.
It's part of the
panties in a wad? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
how do you know he wears panties? I've heard the rumor. I've heard the rumor, but I don't have any doubt.
I'll tell you one thing. What he didn't do, Matt, old buddy, if you're going to try to take our side on these things, you got to be a little tough with people like Laura and Ann Coulter. Are you kidding me? You need a shotgun for that interview.
You need to do your homework if you're going to go up against Laura Ingraham.
Red meat to a tiger.
She said that was a lie. That wasn't a lie. It is the top 1%. They ought to be paying a lot more than they're paying.
He shouldn't have worn those glasses.
When he said that he was opening up entitlement programs, that's not true.
Yeah,
and there's nothing that he's put on the table. And in fact, I heard that in the debt talks the other day, they offered a $2 billion reduction in a $1 trillion deficit. That's like, you know, I don't know if in $1,000 budget, so you're going to save $2.
They were offering much deeper cuts in our entitlement programs.
But they couldn't bring the Democrats. So what's the point?
For you guys to have millionaires and billionaires have a few extra bucks.
Well, most of them billionaires are liberals anyway. George Soros is a good example.
I have to give part 2 of the smackdown. We have to see part 2 when Laura Ingraham schools him on his own behavior and gets a little bit into the American culture. Listen to this.
CeeLo Green. You know what CeeLo Green's summer concert series, #1 hit, CeeLo Green?
Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah, Blank You.
Forget.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the way you want to end this, by saying blank you?
But I'm not you.
Is that the way we're going to do this?
That's what I like about it, actually. I think that Matt Lauer has, he gets a little testy, but it's part of the shtick, and I think that he has a lot of fun. The other thing about Laura Ingraham is that she never takes it personally, and that's the key to making sure you can actually win your argument without being combative.
That was funny, though, Bowling. You got to admit, she was hitting him on every concert series he had, every obscene comment that they made, all those singers.
From now on, what I really want to say to you, Bob, I'm just going to say CeeLo Green. You know what I'm talking about.
Say what? I have no idea.
Somebody's got to explain to Bob what the title of the song is.
We'll explain it to him after the break. Earlier today, President Obama awarded the Medal of Honor to the second living soldier to receive it for service in Afghanistan. Leroy Petrie lost his right hand when he threw a live grenade away from his fellow soldiers during a raid against the Taliban. Now that, my friends, is a real man. Forget Matt Lauer. We salute him.
That's right, Sergeant. Thank you, sir, for your service.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
You know the nice thing about that is that for so long they refused to give the Medal of Honor to living soldiers. It always was done posthumously. And in Vietnam they wouldn't do it because it was an unpopular war. The fact that there've been 2 of these now in Afghanistan, I think it's terrific. And there'll probably be more, and there should be. I mean, it is the highest medal. And frankly, it's a good idea to see it around somebody who's alive and can move around and talk about it. And so more power to him. I think it's great.
And
Bush did this, right? Bush gave one to somebody.
Yeah, the first one. The first one to a living soldier. Right. The other thing that this soldier did is that he actually gave the honor to all the other soldiers who served along with him and serving in Iraq. And not just there. I mean, as you just said earlier, I've been in Africa recently. We have soldiers all over the world who are doing remarkable things. They're not always in combat, but they're helping make the world a better place.
These guys just make me feel really small. You know?
You are kind of small.
I am kind of small. That is true.
Well, at least we can all agree. We can end the 5 in agreement.
Admit that I'm very small.
That was one of the nicest things that happened today. That's it for us now, the 5, and thanks for watching the 5. Don't forget, we want to hear from you, so email your comments to the5@foxnews.com. Special report is up next. Brett Baer has an exclusive interview with Speaker John Boehner tonight. So don't forget to tune into that on Special Report. Thanks a lot.